and welcome back, Fire Addicts, to another episode of Travis Does Firewood. Today we're talking about what's beneath this tarp and more. Dig it. Alright, so it is a frosty morning up here in the PNW, and I'm getting busy trying to sell the wood that I have. I'm not advertising much. I think the return customers are a steady flow. I'm getting some new customers, maybe some one-off customers. It is what it is, but I'm not pushing the wood because I don't have a lot, and I want to keep the firewood stand stocked, but not overly stocked because I don't want to have too much and then sell out again. So there's that balance. So I got a ping from a long-term customer. She wanted some wood. Usually I deliver her some cedar chunks or some shorty cuts. I have shorty cuts right here beneath the tarp here. You've seen these before, same place. And I tested the outside of a few on this side and on the inside. Yes, this is under a tarp, kind of covered. Well, not kind of covered. It is covered, but it's kind of like almost over the edge, so there's little airflow. I know it's bad. I know it's a big no-no on me, but it is what it is. So I tested this for another customer, and it was at like 22, 23 average of a few pieces that I measured. Now, granted, that's on the inside. So let's say there's about 23, 25% on the inside because there's not very big splits. I mean, they're chunks, but not too big. You'll see them in a second. But the first customer who wanted them said, well, let's just hold off. I told them, well, I would burn this in my own wood stove, but I would mix it with other dry wood and burn it hot, so there's a little chance, or there's less chance of creosote buildup in your chimney. And he's like, okay, let's wait. Well, and then I told him, like, this is not on the market, it won't go anywhere. Well, I got a ping a few days later from this woman who is also a long-term customer, and she wants some wood. I'm like, well, I told her the same thing. She's like, well, let's do it. So I know it's not ideal wood. It's not seasoned by definition at a 20%, but she is in need of wood. It's cold outside, and she's aware. She's aware of the percentage. She can do her own Google search. Again, I will be transparent, but I'm not going to add knowledge to the customer to work myself out of a sale. People have access to the internet on the computer, tablets, phones. They can do their own research. That's on them. There can't be full hand holding of customers. I'm all for transparency, and I think I'm still being ethical and to my morals with that standpoint. If you just disagree, let me know down in the comments. Oh, hey, before I begin to load this cage, I'm not going to film it because, hey, you've seen me film loading cages before. You don't need to see that. I'll just do it before and after. Anyways, be loosely tossed, which is between 1/4 and 1/3 of a cord. You can argue with me down in the comments what that is, loosely tossed. I'll be heaping it, so it's a unit measurement by way of the cage itself. Anyway, so before you see the before and after, I want to ask something or to advertise something. No, it's not a product. I want to, on a future episode, I would want to able to entertain or answer any questions that you have. Any questions from my viewers, my supporters, my subscribers, anything you want to know. I mean, within reason, right? I mean, about life, professional career, fiber related, the channel, cameras, whatever. Oh, by the way, I am using a new camera right now, so hoping this all turns out okay. I haven't tested it yet until right now, so you'll be my guinea pigs. Thank you. Anyway, back to what I was saying. If you have any questions about anything about me, channel, social media, firewood, whatever, I want to do a Q&A, not live. I will read the questions, I will answer them truthfully to you and record it, and I'll put it up on future episodes. So, if you have any questions that you are dying to be answered or be curious about, let me know in the comments, and I'll collect them, and if there's enough, I'll do an episode just on Q&A, things that you want to know about. I just wanted to throw it out there, something new, something different on the channel. I think other channels have done something similar. I'm not trying to copy them, just wanted to make sure that to able to relate more to people who watch the channel. And again, if you have any episode ideas, let me know in the comments. So yeah, anyway, I'll start tracking. I will load this and you'll see that now. All right, here we go. Check this out. All right, check it out. We got a load of wood. We got heaped all in there, small chunks in the truck. Made a dent over this load here. It was covered with a tarp that you saw before, but it was up to that piece of plywood. It's made a dent. I probably have one more cage left. This wood feels pretty light. Feels like it's dry enough to burn. It's a mix of cedar and other softwood. So should go for my regular rate of softwood, not cookies, offcut shorties. I guess you say shorties. And so yeah, I'll top it off and we'll be on the road. I'll be right back with the main event of the episode. So stay tuned. All right, we are back from the delivery. Went well. They're just happy with the wood and all is good. But that's not the topic or the focus of the episode. Episode is what I have to my left. Right here. We have firewood bags and we have cedar kindling in the background here. Long-term customer of mine texted me about a week ago or so, and he said, Travis, when you have time, when you have the inventory, I want 20 bundles of firewood and 6 bundles of kindling. And that's very similar to what he ordered last time. And I told him, hey neighbor, I've since switched to bags, and bags in an episode that I need to film for you all and introduce you of how or why I'm using bags. That's pending. Stay tuned for that one. But he wanted his order, and I am like, okay, I'm on it. And I know that he wasn't in a rush, and I know he's the type of person who will wait because he wants quality, right? But I had another customer after him say, hey, I want an order too. And they wanted X amount of bags and kindling. It was less than this order. But then, so I told him that's fine, but I have an order in front of you, so it may take some time. He said, okay. Well, like a few days later, that other customer came to my stand and bought a rack, and he made a comment like, oh, it could be because you haven't fulfilled the order yet, I had to come back and buy this wood. So I'm like, well, okay. So he was I guess he was upset that I have not fulfilled the order yet. Even though I told him that I have an order in front of them. So I hurried up and did that order, so to push back this one. That and so it's been had a cold snap here in the PNW, and I'm getting hit hard at the firewood stand. So each time I wanted to to bag firewood and kindling for folks, the firewood stand would be empty of those things. So I would take from here and replace or having to replenish wood up at the fire stand, which would take away from me having to fulfill this order. So I got it. I'm done with the bags. So now we're going to use the cage here, load the cage. It's going to be full. I think I had this last time. 10 customer ordered 20 bundles, and it pretty much filled this entire thing. I think I had a few kindling bundles in the cab, which is okay, but we're going to load the bags of firewood in the cage right now. I'll show you, and then we'll be on our way. So it'll be the second delivery today, and probably the last, and will be the last delivery of the day. And yeah, I have the other things to do, and I hope the firewood stand is still stocked enough that people will be warm enough. So bags of firewood and kindling in the truck, ready, go. you see the bags. You counted with me, 20 firewood bags, 6 bags of premium kindling. What a load. So I would rather my customers come and take it to the firewood stand a little by little, or smaller orders. I hardly ever get orders like this. And yes, this is a residential customer. This is not commercial. So this is the same customer. And each their own. There's no judgment here. But he'll be outside with solo stove or little fire pit, and he'll go through a bundle or a bag of firewood, and then he used the kindling to start it. He had a little torch, I believe, and he'll be outside doing his thing at nighttime. I don't know how often he goes out, but this is what he does, and he knows that this is not cost effective. He can definitely buy a whole cage worth of scrap pieces for cheaper. He knows that he can buy several racks for me for cheaper, but he buys the bundles, buys the bags for me, because we have to ferry the wood from the front side of his house to the back side, and I'm not gonna film that because I don't think that's needed to show you. It's not very far. It's just one more thing to do, and I don't charge him for that fee. It's just worth included because of what he orders, and he's a good customer, and he orders from me frequently, right? It's still a mix of each time, because I could be like one bundle of one species, another bag another species. It's all mixed each time because he may go through one bag or bundle of wood each time he burns. So each session, I want to give him a mix of exposure of the diversity of wood that usually I sell at the firewood stand. So it's one of those things where, to make sure that your customers are satisfied, they're happy, and they get what they paid for, but not to eat into your supply. This is a lot of wood for me. I may go through 20 bags of firewood in 2 weeks. I may go through 6 bags of kindling like this in maybe 3 weeks. It's not very often I get one hit like this. Now, this is a big sale because I'm tapping on the delivery fee and the bags. The bags are a different story in terms of like the cost of the bags, and if it gets the bag back, and if they're in good condition, I can reuse them. So therefore, I give them a discount. I'll give them money back for the bags. That's a different story on a different episode. But this is a pretty big sale. And again, I had a customer yesterday, a new customer, buy a garbage can worth of a medium-sized cedar chunks, and they ended up buying one bag of firewood. And I told them, hey, like, if you bring back the bag, I'll give you a discount. What they did is they took out the wood from the bag, gave me the bag back, and paid $5 for what would have been the bundle of firewood, but they wanted it loose. And the guy made a comment that, because I told him I don't sell cords, and he made a comment like, yes, you probably make more money off of selling these smaller quantities of wood versus cords. And I said, yes, like, people understand why I sell and how I sell my firewood versus other types of sellers, and they understand it. Whether they want to buy from me as frequently or have me be their firewood person is up to them. That's their call. I'm sure they may find cheaper wood. I don't think they could buy the maybe better quality wood for what I charge. That all depends on who they're getting it from, but that's a whole different story. So my point is, selling small quantities is not a foreign concept to people. They understand in terms of, I can earn more money selling wood like this versus cords and space in the yard and whatever. But what I have been chatting with my buddy Daniel Atkins back and forth is how many cords I need in my wood yard in rotation to make sure that orders like this is not a problem. Orders like this won't tap into my inventory too much where I'm nervous, or I get nervous, or I need to start looking for wood to buy and then flip, or buy and resell. So that's on my radar. That's definitely on the horizon of things to get done. The wood in my wood yard currently, most of it is a hardwood. That usually is not wood that I sell in these bags. And then I have the cedar chunks in my driveway still that I need to process. So a lot to do, a lot to plan for. But I just wanted to show you a larger order of mine. Bag, kind of introduce them. I know I need to get an episode on them of the how and why. But yeah, so good sales coming on. And with the temperatures lowering up here, good for sales, but make sure that I can maintain inventory, not be nervous, but still sell the quality and be transparent with my customers. Anyway, that's it for this episode. I appreciate you tuning in. Until next time, life is short to be a prick, so be kind to one another. Rock and roll, stay safe, keep cutting. Cheers.